if you go onto others and click this here, you get all this, so you might be able to figure out whether you might be able to figure out one of these might represent sort of the mouse wheel, I'm guessing, but I haven't figured out what it is, if anything. Well, what I meant is, if I put that back up, one of these might represent the right stick. It may be one of these ones, but I haven't figured it out. So, and to keep it simple for the guide, I have that ticked off, and it's just left, right, up and down. And if you can be bothered, you can try and do that, and you can try find out what the directions of the right stick are, and you could then, like I just showed you, configure, set the wheel rotation. You probably want it quite low, because if you have it at 100, then you just accidentally hit it or zoom right in. But I'm not clear on which one it is or what to do, so just to be safe, just keep it simple. Yep. So I've assigned various buttons to the ability bar down here, and the only buttons which are different are button 12, button 9 and button 13, which if you look back, button 12 is start, 9 is select, and 13 is PS. Start I have allocated to the escape key, so basically when you press start, it'll bring up the options menu, which makes it easier to log out, and then it's also good for when you're banking. You can press start and it just quickly closes it, and closes, basically escape closes like most interfaces. It closes it, so that can save you a lot of time. Space is an interesting, select, I've probably given it away now. Select is space. I need to find a good person to try this on. So if you're speaking to an NPC, for example this chap, you usually might have to click this arrow thing, but if you press space, you will actually it'll move to the next bit. So I put select as space, so then when I'm chatting I can just quickly press space, 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 and that's just pressing the select button. And this can also be useful. I need to find a better NPC. Basically, you need an NPC which has options. So I suggest having the ability bar set to the numbers, and I'll show you why here, hopefully, because here you have you see they are numbered. So instead of always having to click the option you want, you can then just press the key to whatever it is, and you can quickly go through chat interfaces on NPCs. And so I suggest you, if you use this, to have the ability bar set to numbers, and also it keeps it simple when you're when you are doing the joy to key. Also, if you press X under joy to key, it tends to stop the allocations to it, so you have to keep it open, but you can minimize it, and as you can see, it doesn't show up as an open program, but it has minimized itself to here. But if you you can then, if I have it pinned here, so I can easily just bring it back up. But don't press the X button, just minimize it all the time, because it'll stay out the way, but it still works. And that just about wraps it up. So basically that's the setup. I'll also button 13 is the PS button, the button in the middle of the PS3 controller. You can configure this to whatever you want, but I think a useful thing to do is to configure it to the hotkey for the home teleport, which is default by is T. I'll show you that now. So here's home teleport T, but you can customize that to whatever you want. But it doesn't matter as long as you know what it is, and you can just set it to the home teleport. I'll do that now. Also, you don't have to keep reloading or anything. You can just once you set everything, you don't have to like restart anything, because like I'll show you just now, I reset that to T, so it should now do the lodestone network, which is right. So just an example there. It does take a little bit of time to load up the lodestone network, but that's quite quick, and it's quite an easy button to remember. It's like the big button in the middle of the controller, and that brings up that, so you can then use the lodestone quite quickly. But you can assign any of the buttons of any controller to whatever you want. So I just suggest these settings because they work well for me. But whatever setup you find, you can do whatever. But I suggest this setup because it's a lot more clearer and a lot more unique. Obviously, the buttons, it doesn't have to be in this order. I have it as 1 is square, 2 is triangle, 3 is circle. Then I move over to the D-pad. Left D-pad is 4, I believe. Then it goes up, right, down.